Ladies and gentlemen, let's all welcome our guest of honor, Her Excellency de Souza, Minister of Finance of the Republic of Angola. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, to be with us today. Honorable Minister, Chairman of the Board of ATIDI, Honorable Minister, Chairman of the Board of ATIDI, the CEO of ATIDI, the Board of Directors of ATIDI, members of the Diplomatic Corps, shareholders, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, be very, very welcome to the opening ceremony of the 25th Annual General Meetings of ATIDI, right here in the heart of fabulous Luanda, capital, of course, of the Republic of Angola. My name is Anne-Marie Diaz-Borges, and I have the absolute pleasure of guiding you through today's program, a morning of celebration of a quarter century of partnership, innovation, and impact, and how fitting that we are meeting here in a nation on the cusp of its own historic milestone, 50 years of independence. A country ready to step with dynamism into the future whilst honoring its powerful past. It's an absolute honor to be here. My name is Anne-Marie Diaz-Borges, and today is not just a ceremony, it's a moment to reflect on how far we've come and how far we are ready to go together. ATIDI has been de-risking investments, strengthening confidence in African economies, and opening new frontiers for sustainable growth. But before we dive in, I just have a quick housekeeping note. Please, I would ask you all to keep your phones on silent and note as well that translation is available throughout. For English, it's 1, 2 for Portuguese, and 3 for French. A interpretação simultânea está disponível. Então, o canal 1 é para inglês, 2 para português e 3 para francês. Veuillez noter que la traduction simultanée est disponible pendant toute la session. C'est le 1 pour l'anglais, le 2 pour le portugais et le 3 pour le français. Now let's begin with a word from the leadership that keeps ATIDI moving boldly forward. He's the driving force behind ATIDI's growing footprint across Africa, but also beyond, committed to turning risk into opportunity and ambition into action. Please, let's all welcome very warmly the Chief Executive Officer of ATIDI, Mr. Manuel Moses.
Let me organize myself. Sorry. Let me start by saying, Honorable Minister of Finance, Madame Vera of the Republic of Angola, esteemed shareholders, members of the Diplomatic Corps, members of the Board of Directors of ATIDI, distinguished guests, representatives of the media, ladies and gentlemen, bon dia. It is a great pleasure to welcome you to Luanda on this 25th annual general meeting of the investment and development insurance. Thank you for honoring us with your presence. We gather here today not just to reflect on the year that is gone, but also to recommit ourselves to a bold vision for Africa. A vision where risk is not a barrier, but a pathway to progress. Where opportunity is not a dream, but a shared reality. Where sustainability is the thread that ties today's actions and with tomorrow's prosperity. Our theme this year, turning risk into opportunity, securing a sustainable future, is very timely. It speaks to the essence of ATIDI's mandate and to the growing urgency of innovative, reliable, responsible, and innovative solutions in an increasingly uncertain world. Ladies and gentlemen, as we take stock of our progress, I am proud to share that we are midway through our implementation of the 2023 to 2027 strategic plan. At the heart of this strategy is an ambition to scale our impact through focused financial strength, client-focused innovation, and deeper integration of ESG principles in our operations, and of course, stronger alignment with Africa's development priorities, as outlined in the Africa 63 agenda of the African Union. In 2024, we continued to build resilience across our operations. And you hear more details later, our insurance revenue modestly increased to US dollars 159 million. Our investment income also increased or surged by 45% to reach 29.8 million, a clear indicator of our disciplined asset management in these volatile markets. But we also faced some headwinds. Results from our insurance services fell by 36% to 34.7 million. Our profit declined by 14% to 59.5 million, largely due to increase in claims. And we'll speak about claims also. Yet, these outcomes reflect our commitment. ATIDI stands by its clients even in challenging times. Despite these pressures, we also strengthened our foundation. Our total equity increased by 13%, now standing at $791.6 million, driven by retained earnings and an increase in number of member states that joined our organization. Our total exposure decreased by 7% to reach 8.9 billion, due to the prudent underwriting and portfolio management given the uncertain times I have alluded to earlier. Ladies and gentlemen, this year our work also received some recognition, and you hear more about it. We were named the DFI of the Year by the Africa Bankers Awards recently in Abidjan. And I would say collectively it is through your efforts, through your partnerships, through your collaboration that this recognition is well deserved. But you hear more of this later on. I would also say, as one of the ways of turning opportunity into risk, we have decided to launch a program which we call the Portfolio Risk Sharing Arrangement, or POSA SME program. This initiative embodies our commitment to inclusive growth and partnering with local financial institutions. I see a few already in this room, to improve their access. This is SMEs' access to finance, particularly in underserved sectors, such as women-owned businesses in agriculture and cross-border trade. Under POSA, ATIDI provides a credit risk insurance to to participating lenders, encouraging these lenders to extend financing to the crucial or critical economic players. In doing so, we help SMEs grow, innovate, and confidently engage in local and intra-African trade, contributing to a vibrant and sustainable, inclusive economy. Beyond supporting SMEs, ATIDI is also supporting regional integration and cross-border trade through the Regional Custom Transport Guarantee Scheme, or RCTG as it is called. The RCTG aims to simplify the transit process by using a single guarantee for goods and services through African borders with support of risk mitigation guarantees jointly structured by ATIDI, Africa Re, our shareholder, Afrexim Bank, our partner sister organization, COMESA, our regional mother, and also managed by the ZEPRI, the regional insurer. This program eliminates the need for separate guarantees in each country, reducing administrative burdens and delays, ultimately enhancing efficiency of intra-African trade and making alignment for traders to transit through borders smoothly. We are proud to support this noble innovation and vision, which is a key pillar of the Africa Free Continental Trade Area, or AFCTA, through such initiatives. We are also grateful for the support that we have received from our partners. I want to mention the Republic of Germany through KfW, who has helped us to bring these solutions to fruition and ongoing implementation. So thank you again to KfW and Germany for that support. Ladies and gentlemen, equally important for us as ATIDI is the adherence to what we call the preferred creditor status, or PCS, as I will be referring to from here onwards. It is the cornerstone of ATIDI's operational model and as a multilateral organization. PCS underpins our financial integrity and directly influences the way rating agencies assess our creditworthiness. It is not just a legal principle, it is fundamental to our ability to deliver on our mandate. Adhering to PCS ensures that we operate confidently and even in challenging environments, it reinforces the trust in our long-term viability, investor trust in our long-term viability. Now, why is it so crucial at this moment? This is because multilateral financial organizations like ATIDI are expected to step in, especially during times of economic distress. This makes our role inherently more challenging and risk-laden, more than what commercial lenders would face. PCS provides the framework that enables us to manage these risks responsibly. It affirms that even in difficult times, member states will continue to honor their commitments to ATIDI in line with the principles set out in our treaty and participation agreements. This assurance is what empowers us to keep delivering on our mandate and to stand firmly with our member states who are all here when they need us the most. So it is critical that PCS is respected. PCS is also, I'm emphasizing this more, PCS is very critical for several reasons. First, it helps us to safeguard our investment grade rating, and I'm sure you've seen in the news that this has been affirmed by one of them. Our rating has been affirmed today, so thank God. But this also in turn allows us to access capital markets at competitive terms, which competitive terms we can pass on to you, our members, and our clients. Secondly, it is key to securing reinsurance capacity from the global markets. More than 85% of our gross exposures are reinsured. Reinsurers rely on the certainty of PCS that it provides when they are assessing ATIDI's risk profile. Any ambiguity in this status undermines their willingness to backstop our commitments and by extension limit our ability to underwrite transformational projects in the continent. Thirdly, PCS ensures the long-term sustainability of our institution. It provides a credible path to recover funds when we disburse in claims. Preserving our capital, of course, and enabling us to continue to serve member states today and into the future. But as we reflect on this importance of these fundamental principles, we must look ahead. And because the road ahead will demand even more from us, we are facing climate risk, fragile macroeconomic conditions, and tightening global markets that are pressing realities of the day. But they are also powerful calls to action. We are doubling down on sustainability, not just as a risk lens, but also a strategic enabler. Our Regional Liquidity Support Facility, or RLSF, continues to attract clean energy investments by mitigating payment risks. Again, I would like to thank our partners from NORAD, Norway, and KfW for their support that has enabled us to do such kind of programs. Our ESG integrated underwriting helps us to ensure impact is both commercially meaningful and also environmentally responsible. Ladies and gentlemen, this year we mark a major milestone, 25 years since ATIDI was established. From a bold idea now to become a trusted Pan-African institution, we've grown to 24 African member states and 13 institutional shareholders. Of course, our ambition is to make sure that all the 55 member countries become members of ATIDI. This evolution has been made possible by the unwavering support of our shareholders, the hard work of our team, thank you to my team, and the board, and you, the partners that have made us stronger and stronger every year. Ladies and gentlemen, let me take a moment to also acknowledge our host and our shareholder, the Republic of Angola, represented here by the Minister of Finance. Angola joined ATIDI in 2023, and in just a few years has become a valuable member of our family. Thank you. Hosting this year's AGM is both a reflection of Angola's commitment to regional economic cooperation and its belief in the power of partnerships to unlock investment and trade. Muito obrigado, Angola. Sorry. Technology. Hello? Yes. Sorry about that. I also want to acknowledge Angola that it is the current chair of the AU and proud that its achievement during its tenure ATIDI is the AU affiliation. So really Angola is leading on many fronts. In closing, as we look ahead, we remain committed to doing more and doing it together. You know the African saying that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. As we move forward with purpose and our shared mission, our values deepen and we believe in Africa's potential. ATIDI stands for growth, resilience, ambition, and responsibility in Africa's promise with a global opportunity. Let's together continue to turn these risks into opportunities, secure a sustainable future, and build Africa that thrives today and for generations to come. Again, muito obrigado. Thank you very much.
Another big round of applause for Mr. Manuel Moses. Thank you so much, Mr. Moses, for such a compelling reminder of ATIDI's unwavering role in unlocking our beautiful continent's financial potential, and also, as you mentioned, driving so many bold, forward-thinking solutions. Thank you one more time. And indeed, obrigado Angola, a nation which is leading the way, showing us with dynamism and ambition what can be achieved. Muito obrigada. And now, as we let those words of ambition and purpose sink in, let's turn to the person who helps anchor the vision of ATIDI at the very top, a steadfast advocate for strategic governance and long-term impact. It is now my honor to invite to the stage the chairman of ATIDI's board of directors. Please join me in welcoming Professor Kelly Moa Kingsley, please.
Thank you. Good morning. Your Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, Governors and representatives of member states, representatives of international organizations and regional organizations, members of the diplomatic corps, distinguished board members, CEO Mr. Manuel and team, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my distinct honor and pleasure to welcome you all to the 2025 Annual General Meeting of the African Trade, Investment Development Insurance, otherwise known as ATIDI. I extend my heartfelt appreciation to each of you for your presence and continued support for ATIDI's activities. I also thank the host country for its warm hospitality and for providing a conducive environment for our deliberations. Ladies and gentlemen, as we convene for this important meeting, we are anchored by our AGM theme, turning risk into opportunity, securing a sustainable future. This theme is not only timely, but also deeply aligned with ATIDI's core mandate. It reflects our shared vision to drive resilience, foster innovation, and promote inclusive growth across the continent. As its heart, it underscores our collective responsibility to rethink how we approach risk, to mobilize capital where it is most needed, and to champion sustainable development in Africa. In an increasing complex and uncertain global landscape, this theme reaffirms ATIDI's enduring commitment to de-risking investments and supporting our member states in unlocking their full potential and building long-term resilience. In today's context of heightened geopolitical tensions, climate volatility, mounting debt burdens, and uneven economic recovery, ATIDI's mission is more critical than ever. We serve as a catalyst, transforming perceived risk into real investment opportunities that drive inclusive growth, strengthen economic resilience, and advance shared prosperity across our continent. Ladies and gentlemen, what began as a bold idea in the year 2000 has matured into a truly Pan-African institution with proven expertise in credit and political risk insurance. For the past 25 years, ATIDI has played a pivotal role in supporting trade and investment across the continent, standing as a pillar of confidence for investors, entrepreneurs, and policymakers. Our unique position as Africa's multilateral credit investor insurer, jointly owned by African governments, international institutions, and global partners, enables us to bridge gaps in risk perception and financing. By instilling confidence in both public and private sector actors, we help transform investment into ambition. Over the years, we have unlocked more than USD 8 billion in trade and investment flows across the continent. Our impact spans strategic sectors such as infrastructure, renewable energy, transport, manufacturing, trade finance, and sovereign risk coverage. All of which contribute to the continent's inclusive and sustainable growth. Yet we are more than just an insurer. We are trusted partners in Africa's development journey, a catalyst that connects perception with potential and risks with opportunity. Through our tailored products and collaborative partnership, we continue to enable investment, accelerate progress, and support the transformation of Africa's economic landscape. Ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate growth and impact over the past 25 years, we remain acutely aware of the challenges that continue to shape Africa's development landscape among the most pressing in climate change, one of the defining issues of our time. Africa is already feeling the heat from cyclones in the south to droughts in the Horn and devastating floods in the west. Climate change is no longer a distant threat. It is a present and growing reality. Its impacts are measured not only in economic losses, but also in lives, livelihoods, and the erosion of hard-won development gains. The continent stands on the front lines of this crisis. Prolonged droughts, erratic rainfalls, water scarcity, and food security are undermining infrastructure, increasing fragility, and threatening long-term growth and sustainability. At ATIDI, we understand that sustainable development cannot be achieved without addressing environmental, social, and governance risk. That is why we are actively integrating climate resilience into our risk assessment and underwriting processes, while prioritizing support for green and sustainable investments. Our commitment goes beyond business. We are aligning with the African Agenda of 2063 and the Sustainable Development Goals, promoting climate resilient infrastructures, supporting the transition to clean energy, and developing instruments that incentivize green finance and protect the most vulnerable communities. But our ambition extends further still. We are also supporting education, water and sanitation, and broader social development initiatives. Because we understand that the sustainable progress requires an inclusive approach that addresses the full spectrum of human development. This is not just a responsibility, it is a necessity. As Africa's multilateral credit and investment insurer, ATIDI is determined to be part of the solution, promoting responsible investment, embedding sustainability into every layer of our operations, and helping to build a low-carbon, climate-resilient future for our continent. Ladies and gentlemen, as our CEO rightly emphasized, the continued observation of ATIDI's preferred creditor status is vital to our institution's strength and sustainability. I reiterate that PCS, not simply a technical designation, it is a critical pillar of our financial credibility and a key driver of investor confidence. It enables us to maintain our strong credit ratings, attract affordable capital, and fulfill our mandate effectively across the continent. I therefore urge all member states to honor this commitment consistently, as doing so protects the integrity of our institution, safeguards the development impacts we are collectively working to achieve. Distinguished guests, this annual general meeting also marks a significant milestone in ATIDI's journey. 25 years since its establishment, its silver jubilee. It is not therefore by chance that we chose an. In this year 2000, ATIDI was born. In the year 2000, ATIDI was born from a bold and visionary idea that by working together, African countries could overcome the barriers of risk that had long deterred trade and investment. It was a belief in regional solidarity, shared prosperity, and the power of partnership. A quarter century later, that vision has taken roots and flourished. ATIDI has grown into one of the continent's leading development finance institutions, supporting over USD 88 billion in trade and investment flows across the continent, maintaining strong credit ratings and steadily expanding its membership. This remarkable progress was recently recognized on the continental stage when ATIDI was named DFI of the Year at the African Banker Awards held in Abidjan. An honor that reflects the institution's leadership, impact and enduring relevance in Africa's development journey. Over these 25 years, back landscape infrastructure and renewable energy projects that power economies and transform communities, including 9 renewable energy projects supported under the Regional Liquidity Support Facility across 4 ATIDI member states. These projects span Burundi, Malawi, Uganda, and one geothermal facility representing a combined capacity of 181.95 megawatts and total financing of $323.7 million. These investments are not just lighting homes and powering industries, but also accelerating the continent's transition to sustainable energy future. This Silver Jubilee is not just a moment of celebration, it is a moment of reflection and renewed resolve to continue to foster our ambition, our strategy, and our vision. As we honor the progress made, we must equally commit ourselves to the journey ahead, deepening impact, enhancing resilience, and turning risk into opportunity and unity of purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, as we open this important session, let us reflect not only on where we have come from, but also on where we are going. The path ahead will demand agility, bold thinking, and unity of purpose. As we look forward, the next 25 years, we must remain bold, innovative, and unwavering in our commitment to our mission. ATIDI will continue to be your trusted partner on this journey, turning risk into opportunity, unlocking capital, accelerating regional integration, and ensuring that no member state is left behind. Let me close by extending my deepest gratitude to our shareholders, partners, fellow board members, dedicated staff, and the government that have believed and stood by ATIDI since its inception. Your continued support has been the cornerstone of our success. Yes, to a productive AGM, to a future of sustainable growth, and to the next 25 years of transformation and impact across our continents. Obrigado.
Thank you very much, Professor Kingsley. Big round of applause one more time for such a powerful address, Professor Kingsley. You said ATIDI, a pillar of confidence, and I thought that your phrase perfectly captures the trust and stability that ATIDI brings to our financial landscape. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my distinct honor, not just as a moderator, but as a fellow African woman, to invite to the stage a trailblazer in African finance and our gracious host for this year's gathering. She's a symbol of expertise, reform, and determination. Please, let's all welcome very, very warmly Her Excellency Mrs. Vera Esperança dos Santos Dave de Souza, Minister of Finance of the Republic of Angola.
Shareholders, dear guests, once again, welcome to Angola.
Parceiros, queridos convidados,
I will be addressing my remarks in Portuguese. Distintos acionistas da African Trade and Investment Development Insurance, ATIDI, embaixadores e altos comissários,
ambassadors and high
membros do Conselho de
commissioners,
Administração
members
da
of the board
ATIDI,
of directors of ATIDI,
CEO,
CEO,
equipa de gestão da ATIDI, minhas senhoras e meus senhores,
ATIDI team,
muito bom
ladies
dia.
and gentlemen, good morning.
É com grande honra
It
e
is
privilégio
with
que me junto a
honor and
vós
privilege to join
para a
you for the
abertura
opening
da
of the
Assembleia Geral
2025
Anual de
Annual General Meeting
2025
of the African
da
Trade
African
and
Trade and Investment Development Insurance ATIDI.
As
Enquanto
the
país
host nation, it is
anfitrião,
a particular honor
é para nós
for us
privilégio
to
especial
welcome you to
acolher-vos em
Angola,
Angola
and
e em
more
particular na
specifically
cidade
to
de Luanda,
Luanda, our
que ontem
capital
vos recebeu com
city
calor
and
e
increasingly
hoje os
vibrant
acolhe
hub
com
of
ambição.
regional engagement,
E igualmente
economic
com a
ambition
expectativa
and
de amanhã
investment
continuar a
opportunity.
inspirar ação conjunta. Sentimos-nos
We are
assim bastante
proud to
honrados
provide
por
the
acolher um encontro
setting for
continental de
such an
tamanha
important
importância
continental gathering
e esperamos
and
que a
trust
nossa
that our
hospitalidade
hospitality will reflect
reflita
the
o
spirit
espírito
of
de
partnership,
parceria,
solidarity and
solidariedade
shared
e
purpose
propósito
that
comum que
defines
define a
ATIDI's
missão da
mission.
ATIDI. Esta
This
Assembleia Geral
AGM
não é
is more
apenas
than a
evento
statutory
estatutário.
event. It is
Trata-se de
a
uma
vital
plataforma
platform
vital
for
de
dialogue,
diálogo,
collaboration, and
colaboração
collective
e ação
action at
coletiva.
a time when
No momento
Africa
em que
must
África,
draw on
we are
its
okay with the
shared
translation?
strength to navigate.
Everything is okay?
Será que está?
No momento em que a África precisa de instrumentos
At a
eficazes
moment
para
when Africa must
traduzir
draw on its
ambição
shared
em
strength to
financiamento
navigate an
e risco
increasingly
em
complex
investimento.
global environment.
Essa é precisamente
Your
uma das
presence,
ideias que iremos
this is one
explorar
of the
na mesa
main
redonda de
ideas
investidores,
that we are going to
prevista
share on
para
our
amanhã.
roundtable tomorrow.
Como pode o continente contar com instituições
The
sólidas
continent
e
can
mecanismos
count
de
on
confiança
solid
que
institutions
desbloqueiem o
that
capital
unlock
necessário à
the
transformação.
capital that is needed for
A
transformation.
presença de todos vós em
Your
solo
presence
angolano
on
para este
Angola's
importante
soil for
evento é
this
sinal
important event
inequívoco
is a
do
clear
compromisso
testament
coletivo
to
que
the collective
partilhamos
commitment
com o
we share
desenvolvimento econômico
towards sustainable
sustentável,
economic development,
a integração
regional
regional
integration,
e a
and the
construção do ambiente
creation
de
of a
negócios mais
safer and more
seguro e
competitive
competitivo em
business
África.
environment in Africa.
O compromisso de Angola com a
Angola's
cooperação
commitment to
regional
regional
e o
cooperation
desenvolvimento
and sustainable
sustentável é
development
firme
is unwavering,
e estamos
and we are
satisfeitos por
pleased to
poder contribuir de
contribute
forma
meaningfully to the
significativa
shaping
para
the
moldar a agenda
for
de
risk
mitigação de
mitigation,
riscos,
capital
mobilização de capital
mobilization, and
e
long-term
crescimento de
growth
longo
on the
prazo no
continent.
continente.
We
Valorizamos
value
por
the
isso o
role
papel
that
que a
ATIDI
ATIDI
plays,
desempenha, não
not
apenas
only
na
unlocking
facilitação
investments,
do investimento,
but
mas
in
também na
fostering
promoção
stability
da
and
estabilidade
confidence
e da
across
confiança
our
nas nossas
economies.
economias.
We are
Estamos
confident
confiantes
that
de que as
the
deliberações e
deliberations and
decisões tomadas
decisions
aqui
made
em
here in
Luanda
Luanda will
contribuirão
contribute
para
to
uma
a
África
stronger,
mais
more
forte
resilient
e resiliente.
Africa.
Minhas senhoras e
Ladies
meus
and
senhores, o
gentlemen,
tema da
the
presente
theme of
Assembleia
this
Geral,
year's AGM,
transformar o
turning risk
risco
into
em
opportunity,
oportunidade,
securing a
garantir um
sustainable
futuro
future,
sustentável,
could
não
not be
poderia
more
ser mais
timely
oportuno
nor
nem mais
timely
urgente.
urgent.
A África encontra-se num ponto de viragem decisivo, marcado por incerteza econômica global, instabilidade climática, aumento do endividamento e mudanças nas alianças geopolíticas. Estes desafios são reais e, mais uma vez, urgentes. No entanto, encerram uma poderosa oportunidade: a possibilidade de repensar a forma como financiamos o desenvolvimento, como construímos economias resilientes e como aprofundamos a integração regional. Para transformar o risco em oportunidade, é necessário compreendê-lo, partilhá-lo e geri-lo de forma sábia. Isso exige um ecossistema robusto de instituições como a ATIDI, capazes de disponibilizar ferramentas financeiras e instrumentos de mitigação de riscos que ajudem a desbloquear capital privado, a apoiar o desenvolvimento de infraestruturas, conhecemos bem o gap de infraestruturas que temos no continente, e impulsionar investimentos sustentáveis em diversos setores. Como líderes, devemos estar à altura do desafio de moldar instituições que sejam não apenas reativas, mas visionárias, que antecipem riscos, desbloqueiem capital transformador e catalisem um desenvolvimento inclusivo e sustentável. Que esta Assembleia seja não apenas um fórum de reflexão, mas uma plataforma de compromisso. Compromisso com a inovação, com a parceria e com a transformação do panorama de risco de África numa base sólida para a prosperidade. Distintas delegadas e delegados, há mais de 2 décadas, como vimos nas intervenções anteriores do Chairman e do CEO, que a ATIDI se encontra na linha da frente da história de desenvolvimento de África. Até o final de 2024, a ATIDI apoiou mais de 88 mil milhões de dólares em fluxos de comércio e investimento em África. Isto é mais do que um número, é a transformação de vidas, é a criação de empregos, é a materialização das aspirações concretas. Como decisores políticos, sabemos que sabemos é o sangue que alimenta o desenvolvimento. Sem ele, as ambições não se concretizam, as infraestruturas se atrasam-se e as oportunidades perdem-se. No entanto, há uma verdade crítica que devemos reconhecer. O capital não flui para onde o risco é mal compreendido, mal gerido ou mal mitigado. Repito, porque é importante. O capital não flui para onde o risco é mal compreendido, mal gerido ou mal mitigado. É aqui que instituições como a ATIDI desempenham um papel essencial, não apenas como seguradoras, mas como facilitadoras de confiança. Como líderes, devemos continuar a fortalecer estas instituições, a promover a transparência e a boa governação, e a garantir que o risco não é um obstáculo ao desenvolvimento, mas um catalisador para investimentos mais inteligentes e resilientes. Minhas senhoras e meus senhores, aproveitemos este momento para desafiar o status quo e comprometamos-nos com a redefinição da narrativa de investimento em África, para que o capital chegue efetivamente aos setores que mais importam. Neste contexto, a Zona de Comércio Livre Continental Africana representa uma das iniciativas mais transformadoras da nossa geração. Ao criar um mercado único de mais de 1,4 mil milhões de pessoas, esta zona tem o potencial de impulsionar significativamente o comércio intra-africano, a industrialização e a diversificação econômica que tanto aspiramos. No entanto, para que esta visão se concretize, é necessário garantir confiança no investimento, mitigação robusta de riscos e colaboração transfronteiriça efetiva. Instituições como a ATIDI terão um papel decisivo na implementação prática da Zona de Comércio Livre Continental Africana, não apenas a oferecer seguros de crédito de investimento, mas ao promover a previsibilidade e a confiança que os negócios e os investidores necessitam para se expandir além fronteiras. Minhas senhoras e meus senhores, essa Assembleia Geral não é apenas uma ocasião para apresentar resultados institucionais. É uma oportunidade para reinventar o futuro do desenvolvimento e investimento em África. Devemos ir além de intervenções isoladas e construir estratégias partilhadas, baseadas na transparência, na boa governação e na criação de valor a longo prazo. Devemos sobretudo, rejeitar coletivamente as percepções de África como um continente de fragilidade e dependência. África não pode, África não deve ser continuamente encarada como um destino da ajuda e caridade, mas como uma fronteira de oportunidades, uma força ascendente na economia global e um continente rico em talento, ideias e ambição. Que possamos todos nós, enquanto africanos, nos posicionarmos de forma a consistentemente darmos corpo a essa visão. Que possamos todos, enquanto africanos, nos posicionarmos de forma a consistentemente darmos corpo a essa visão. Que esta Assembleia seja um ponto de viragem, um momento de alinhamento entre instrumentos, instituições e intenções, rumo a uma visão comum de uma África resiliente, próspera e autodeterminada. Excelências, distintos delegados, uma das forças distintivas da ATIDI é o seu estatuto de operador preferencial, que reforça a sua capacidade de operar com confiança e eficácia entre os Estados-membros. Este estatuto é um pilar essencial do modelo de mitigação de riscos da ATIDI, garantindo o cumprimento atempado das obrigações e reforçando a confiança dos investidores. Reforçar este compromisso não é apenas um dever estatutário, é uma demonstração de responsabilidade política e visão estratégica. Valores que estiveram, estão e estarão sempre na base da participação da Angola na ATIDI. Por isso, apelo a todos nós, Estados-membros, que continuemos a respeitar este princípio com a seriedade e responsabilidade que ele exige. Minhas senhoras e meus senhores, não posso deixar de saudar a ATIDI pelo reconhecimento recente como instituição de financiamento ao desenvolvimento do ano pelo African Bankers Award. Damos parabéns. Gostaria de igualmente saudar a liderança, os acionistas e os parceiros da ATIDI pela confiança inabalável e compromisso contínuo com o potencial de África. A vossa crença no futuro do continente não apenas louvável, é catalisadora. Tem demonstrado através de ações concretas que a África é um continente de oportunidades. Delegados, acionistas, distintos convidados, com estas palavras e com elevada honra, declaro oficialmente aberta a Assembleia Geral de 2025 da African Trade and Investment Development Insurance. Muito obrigada. Thank you.
Another big round of applause, please, for Her Excellency, the Minister of Finance. Thank you so much, Honourable Ministers, for reminding us really the power of collaboration, vision, resilience, and of course, like you stressed, good governance. Thank you so much. Well, I think that just like we heard, it is time indeed that we all work together to build the Africa that we all dream of. The time is truly now. And as we open ATIDI's 25th annual general meetings, let this moment really set the tone for the days ahead. Bold conversations, new partnerships, and a shared drive to turn risk into opportunity for a more connected and sustainable Africa.
mais
Now,
sustentável.
I would kindly
Agora, eu
ask
irei pedir
Your
a
Excellency,
Sua Excelência,
as well as
assim
Professor
como também o
Kingsley,
professor
the CEO of
Kingsley, ao
ATIDI,
CEO da
all the
ATIDI e todos
shareholders,
os
board
outros
members and
titulares,
management to
gestores,
come
para que
back
possam
on the
voltar ao
stage for a group
pódio, para que
photo
possam ter uma foto em
to
grupo,
really
para que
mark this instant
possamos
into our
marcar
memory,
este
to
momento em
celebrate
memória, para
25 years of
celebrar
ATIDI and
25
to
anos da
many more to
ATIDI
come.
e por
So I
muitos
would
mais
kindly
por
ask
vir.
you all to
Então,
join me
vamos
on the
pedir a
stage for a
todos
group
vocês que
photo,
possam
please.
juntar-se ao pódio para uma foto, por favor.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a
Senhoras e
beautiful
senhores,
picture.
que
What a
foto
way
maravilhosa, que
to
forma
kickstart
de dar
25 years
início
of
a
celebration
25 anos de
of
celebração
ATIDI.
da ATIDI.
And this brings us
Isso
to the
traz-nos
end
ao
of the
fim
official opening
da
ceremony.
cerimônia de abertura
So energizing.
oficial.
So from
Então,
bold
de
visions, powerful
visões
statements,
ousadas,
meaningful connections,
conexões
today has really
significativas,
laid the
isso
foundation for what
trouxe a
promises to
fundação
be a
daquilo que
fantastic
promete
event.
ser um evento
A heartfelt thank
maravilhoso.
you, of course,
Gostaria de
to
agradecer
our honorable
claramente
minister,
à nossa
to all
ministra,
our keynote
a
speakers as
todos
well,
os
and
nossos
all of you,
oradores
of course,
chaves
who
e
are
a
here
todos
in the
vocês que
audience.
estão aqui na
But don't go
audiência.
too far,
Não vamos
because
muito
tomorrow
longe, porque
we dive
amanhã nós
straight
iremos
into the heart of
aprofundar-nos
business, I want
ao
to say,
fundo
at the
desta
ATIDI Business
reunião
Forum,
para o
right
fórum
here at
da
the
ATIDI,
Diamante
aqui
Room.
mesmo na sala
And we'll kick
Diamante,
off the day
e nós vamos
with two
iniciar o
dynamic
dia
investor
com
roundtables.
uma
So
mesa
please take
redonda.
note,
Então
from
vamos tomar
9:45 to
notas
11,
das
a high-level
9h45
exchange on how to
às
reduce the
11
cost of
teremos uma
capital in
reunião em como
Africa,
reduzir o capital
featuring
em África.
experts, insights on macroeconomics,
Aspectos teremos
innovative finance and
pontos
liquidity
sobre
solutions.
soluções
And
da
then from 11:15 to 12:30,
financiamento
a second
renovador, aumento
powerhouse
da
session
liquidez
focused
e
this time
melhorando
on
a
regulatory
compreensão. E depois
frameworks, blended
teremos,
finance and risk
através
mitigation
de pares
with
de
industry
especialistas,
leaders and
debate
institutions from
aberto
across the continent.
que vai
So I
formular
want to say that
recomendações
today
a
was
práticas
about
para reforçar a
reflection and
confiança no mercado
celebration.
e
Indeed,
alargar o
tomorrow
acesso ao capital.
it's going
Então,
to be
amanhã,
a
de
little bit
fato,
more
será
about
um pouco
strategy and
mais sobre
solutions.
estratégia
So
e
now,
a produção.
I
Então,
would encourage
agora
you to
eu
take
irei
this time to
encorajá-los para
rest, of
tomar esse
course,
tempo para
connect,
descansar,
mingle,
conectar,
over lunch on the
conectar e
24th
depois
floor from
do nosso
12
almoço,
to 2 p.m.
24, no
do a little bit
24º
of
andar,
networking. This
vamos
is also why we are here
conectar-nos,
for.
a razão pela
This
qual nós estamos
afternoon, our
todos aqui.
shareholders
Esta
will
tarde,
gather here
nossos chefes irão
for the
encontrar-se
closing
aqui para
meeting,
a
which is
cerimônia de
by
encerramento,
invitation
que é
only,
simplesmente
and
por
note that the
convite.
lunch
E
for shareholders
o
will
almoço
be
para
in
os
room
nossos
Crystal
chefes
1,
será no
that's
Cristal
on the
1,
second
isto
floor.
no segundo andar.
So tomorrow,
Então,
we
amanhã,
really are
nós
looking forward to
esperamos
welcome you
por
all
dar-lhes as
here
boas-vindas a
bright
todos
and early.
vocês
And I really wish you
cedo.
a
E
lovely
quero
day in
desejar-lhes a
Luanda,
todos
and I look
vocês
forward to
dia
seeing you
maravilhoso em
tomorrow.
Luanda e
Good
espero
afternoon.
vê-los todos amanhã. Muito obrigado e tenham uma boa tarde.